Hey guys, what's going on? This is your host, Queen G Show. I'm so excited about today's show in particular. Um, we're going to be addressing the different things that moms go through and experience from pregnancy to giving birth, the different types of birth that we have, um, night feedings when the babies come, once they're here. We're going to talk about all that. And we also, we have a special guest named, good morning, Stacks. We have a special guest named Maria Romero. That is a mom that just gave birth only about 3.5 weeks ago. She's going to be here on the show, as well as we have a doula that will be chiming in as well, that will talk about the natural process of giving birth and how she helps moms give birth, naturally. She went to school for it. So we're going to be having her on about 30 minutes in. So this is my first time ever, as much as I'm a mom of 7 myself. I have 7 children. Just to give you a little bit backstory on me, my first child I had at 14 years of age. My second child was born at 16. And that was having 2 kids before you were even 18. That's a lot. I experienced a lot of things at that time. And then I became a mom again in my, I believe it was my early 20s or something like that. And then I had my son, my first son. When he was born severely premature at 1 pound 7 ounces. And he's experienced a lot of ups and downs, since being special needs, being diagnosed with cerebral palsy, things like that. I've had some issues, guys, over the years. And then I had my last 3 bundles of joy that had their own set of challenges as well. Both twin pregnancies. One I lost. I lost one of the babies during one of the pregnancies. And then the second 2 were born severely premature. Again, 1 pound 11 ounces and 1 pound 13 ounces. So I can tell you my own set of stories. It would take days to sit down and talk about some of the things that I've faced and experienced. I only had 1 cesarean, and that was a nightmare. I had never had that procedure before, and it was just a lot, y'all. So we have a special guest on the air. Her name is Maria Romero. Very, very cool person. She's amazing. She had her own journey of, right before she actually got pregnant with the baby, she was on her workout. She was exercising every day, getting her, exercise on, and boom. We found out that she was expecting suddenly. I was like, oh my God. I know she is so frustrated about that, because she was really going in, okay, on that workout. But that's what happens. A lot of people don't tell you that, when you exercise and things like that, it opens you up and you become way more fertile because things are healthier in your system altogether. They don't tell you that. So these are things that happen to us as women that we don't always put out on the table necessarily, but we definitely are a strong entity, if you know what I mean. God made us strong. And there's a lot of things that we experience as women and go through. So I want to officially welcome my special guest. Her name is Maria Romero. She's a new mom, and this is her second child. So we're going to talk to her about some of the things that she experienced during that time. Okay, let me get her on the show. Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm good. She's doing good. So I got some good sleep last night, actually.
Okay, okay.
Put on lipstick, everything.
So how has it been for you so far? She's been here for 3 weeks now. Tell us a little bit about the first couple of days after her coming home.
Oh, the first couple of days at home were just, it was like bittersweet in a way. With my first son, I had a C-section. That one was just, it was horrible with that one just because I had no help. The first couple of days were honestly pretty amazing, even with the C-section, just because I had my son that was there to help me. I mean, it was to the point, maybe this is TMI, but it was to the point where he would help me put on my briefs that I had to put on, or, helping me make bottles and things into that nature. So having my son really helped so much compared to when I had my first C-section. So, but the first
And
couple of days were
no,
smooth and
no subject is
Mhm.
off limits here. You can, talk about personal things because this is what we experience, and I want people to have the real deal about what this is like. You know what I mean? And when you
Yeah.
talk about brief, you mean the undergarments that they give you at the hospital to put on to kind of secure your pad, right?
hmm Yes. Yeah, yeah, I had on that undergarment, so there would be times where I would have to lay down and he would have to come and help me, just kind of do that. And there was this thing called a dresser because I am, overweight. I have more weight. The doctor was concerned that, sweat would infect the scar. So there was a stressor he put right over my scar. So I would have to have that. And so he would be helping me, do that. And so at first I was just like, oh, is this too much for my son? But then it's like, I know he's going to think about those things later in life and really have like appreciation for women. But yeah, there were times where I couldn't get up and I didn't want to. I don't know if it was the baby blues, but it was just where I just didn't want to do anything for her because I was just so tired. And he would just say, mommy, I got it. What do you do? And so that was just something I didn't have when I first had Draven. But yeah, having that age gap, oh my gosh, girl, it really helped. I
Made a
really
difference.
didn't want it at first, but it helped.
So, exhaustion. Talk about that. The tiredness that comes along with being a new mom. Talk about that.
Yeah, especially with my son, so he has to get up about 5:30, 5:45, and just so that way he can get on the bus at 6:40. So it's just like I'm on her schedule. So there'll be time she wakes up at 1, she wants to eat, I don't know, and then it's like by the time she goes to sleep, it's 5. Well, it's either like, do I go to sleep? Do I not? And so if I go to sleep, he misses the bus, which he has done so many times. And it's just I I scream, and it's just sometimes I have told her, I'm just like, oh my gosh, just what are you doing? You've gotten fed, your bottles, there, you've gotten changed. What else do you want? And then I look at her and I'm like, I'm sorry, baby. I'm just so sorry. And it's really, I wish I could say it was all rainbows and lollipops, but it's just like, and it's me by myself. So it's like having to make sure my son gets on the bus, having to make sure that she's fed, having to make sure she has everything. And it's just, you have to pick your battles. Do I sit down and, watch a show or take a nap, or do I get up and try to clean the dishes or something? So it's just like, your mind's just all over the place, and it's just like you want to cry out for help, like, I just want one day to myself. But
Right.
and that's really where the exhaustion just comes. It's because it's just like you don't know which one to do, rest or clean, while
You
taking
gotta
care of
juggle
two
it
other
all. Right.
Mhm.
It's all there and nothing goes away until we do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's still there until
Yeah,
we get to it. So I can
yeah.
understand that. I remember a lot of sleepless nights after having my twins.
Oh,
That was tough. Once the twins came home and having three babies under 1 year was a lot for me. It
mm,
was exhausting. You understand? And the child that was the oldest child, he was disabled too. So it
mm-hmm.
was like caring for four small children, really, mentally, I
Yeah.
was just gone. I had nothing left to give. You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Oh yeah.
saying? Um, so it's we don't talk about these things, but moms go through a lot.
They
Moms
do.
go through a lot. So, have you gotten her schedule down, packed now, like her feeding schedule and things like that?
Yeah, when we were at the hospital, she would be asleep, and then because I had a C-section, so it was like I after the pain effects have been away, it was just like I would be in the night, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm afraid all my insides are gonna fall off or something. Like I'm gonna feel it. And so when I
Mhm.
would just barely be ready to go to sleep, they were just like, okay, it's time to wake her up to go, eat. Or it was like every 2 hours. And I was like, she just fell asleep. I just fell asleep. So at first, I guess she was used to that schedule. But everyone always tells me you know, tell you when she's hungry. She'll tell you when she's wet. And so, because I was like, should I feed her all this time? So basically, I guess her schedule is she gets up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and then she probably goes to sleep about 4 or 5. But she does pretty much sleep throughout the day. So, I mean, if I want to get her to wake up at 4 or 5 in the morning, that would be perfect. But right now,
Right.
it's a 2, 3 o'clock ish. So somewhere in
Okay.
there.
Wow. And then
She's
you
a
got to get your
princess,
son
so I
up
guess
for
that's what she
school.
does.
You got to get him up for school as well. So yeah,
Yeah.
I know that's tough. Do you feel as if
Yeah.
your procedure is starting to heal now? Do you feel better in your physical body?
I do. I do. Last weekend they had a concert for Selena, her memorial. So we went out there and I took her in the stroller, and I was like, I'm able to walk. It may be the most littlest praise reports, but I can tie my own shoe. I can put on
Right.
my own underwear, because at first I was just like, Draven, come here, son, I need help. And, it was
Right.
just like now I can do my own stuff, and, little things that you would just take for granted, because it was just so hard. I mean, I felt I couldn't even bend down after, the C-section. I'm not completely healed, but still, like, it's way better, and I'm just ready to start working out again.
Right. Because what they don't tell you is that they stitch you inside and out. They stitch the
Hmm.
inner lining of your stomach together to seal it, and then they also stitch the outside. So that part of my stomach, this is many years later after the cesarean, but it's still numb.
Hmm. Hmm.
I don't
Yeah,
feel it. I don't feel that area.
yeah, and I think what for me too is it's like it's numb. I don't really know what the right medical term is, but it just feels like it's just like that area is so hard to lose weight on, and
Right.
I have worked so hard to lose that lower body, and it's all back all over again. So I think if anything, as far as depression that I've been feeling, it was more of like I worked so hard to lose this, and then now I'm like back at it all over again. And of course, you look at the brighter picture. Yes, I got my daughter. I always wanted a daughter and a son, so I have my set. But then at the same time, it was just like, but I worked so hard. I have this double chin. I took so long to get rid of it. And all this other stuff that you just think. But I mean, it's just I embrace it all. I really do, because I mean, I look at her and it's just like, now I can show her, we can work out together. We can go on a stroll, or my son. But I mean, it's just she's so perfect. So, and she came
And
right at the
she's
right time. She did.
beautiful. She is beautiful, by the
Thank
way.
you.
Oh, I just the pictures that you show online with her big eyes when she's like awake, and I just am so in love. I am so in love. Like, she is adorable. She's worth everything. Just from looking at her, I'm just
She
like,
is.
oh my God. So one of our guests on here, her name is Shamika Russell. She says that her section and area is always itching and numb. And then she also said that she had three cesareans, three.
Mm,
So we know that that's a lot,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
that's a
I
lot. What about talk to us about the breastfeeding, the boobs and the swelling, the engorgement, and you know how it was to try to feed her at first, and tell us about that, latching her on, and talk about the breastfeeding aspect.
Yeah, so whenever she was born, she wasn't able to breathe, so they had to take her to NICU. And so I didn't even get to, she had fluid in her lungs, and I didn't even get to see her till 2 o'clock.
Uh-oh.
I didn't get to see her till next week. And, so when I got her on, she wasn't able to latch, and they were saying, well, it's probably because she was used to the bottle nipple. And I was just so frustrated because I was like, she didn't get that first part of the milk or anything like that. So I was like, oh my gosh. So when she finally got her on, she wasn't latching or anything because she was so used to the bottle. And then, when you're in pain and, you're feeling like your stomach's cutting, you're just like, just give me the bottle and just, give it to her. But lately, because breast pumping, I breast pump, and then I give her the milk from the bottle. I'm only doing about maybe 80 milliliters, which is I think like 2 ounces. But every single time before I give her a bottle, I just latch her on. If she latches, she doesn't. At first I was kind of getting discouraged and I wanted to quit, but using the breast pump has really helped just because it helps massage it. And then whenever I do feel that it's getting hard, I'm just like, okay, I'm starting to get full. Just go ahead and just pump. And yeah, I want to have her latch on, with my breasts, just because that is that mommy time with us. But if she's not
Mhm.
doing it right now, then that's fine. I'll just go pump it. So at least she's getting the breast pump or the breast milk.
Right. And that when that feels in, it hurts so bad. Like your
It
breasts feel
does.
like bowling balls, if I can
Oh,
describe it that way. They feel like bowling balls, and it also feels like the veins on the side are about to pop out.
oh,
I
yeah.
remember that, you
It's
know?
and when I was with my son, I guess I just was living under a rock. I didn't know breast pumps were even a thing. So I would just like shower and just, have warm water and I'm just like, "Oh my gosh, go down." But then now I was like, "Oh, okay, that's whenever you're supposed to pump." And then with her, she was just on the nipple and I didn't know it's supposed to be around the whole
The
whatever,
whole
the
thing.
Orel or whatever
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah. So after knowing that, I was like, oh, okay. So now she's latching on a whole lot better. Thankfully, she's latching at night. So I can just be like, boop, and just do it, go back to sleep. Versus getting up, having to warm her bottle, mix it, and it's just, oh my gosh.
And
When you're tired and you barely get sleepy.
there's even technique to putting the whole areola into the baby's mouth. There's technique to that. Like you gotta hold your boob up and you gotta like latch them
Mhm.
all the way around the black area of your nipple and then like,
Yeah.
give it to them. And sometimes the babies latch on wrong. And when they suck, it hurts so bad when they latch on wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so
Yes.
much
I'm
to
just like,
it. It's
oh,
like, all right. So
especially
I
with
remember
mine. I'm
all
like,
that.
oh.
I remember
Yeah.
it all. I remember it like it was yesterday. My babies are now, they're 8 years old. The twins are, and they were my last. So it's been quite a while, but I just remember all that. And having two, honey, that's a whole nother story. Two at one time. You
Oh
never
my
get used to
gosh.
that.
Oh my, it's like bloop,
Yeah, yeah. I listen.
bloop.
When I first brought the twins home, their sister, their older sibling was only 10 months old. So she looked at one and looked at the other like they were in their little car
Oh,
seats. And she was like, "What am I supposed to do with these?" Like, she had that look, like she wasn't even talking yet, but it was just. And then, oh my God, going to the store, Walmart, and things like that. I had a double stroller, but I used to put all three of them in the double stroller. You know what I mean? I used to put all three in the double stroller just to try to walk around, trying to get them placed into the car, into the car seats and things like that, and making sure they're safe and strapped down. And it was a lot, y'all. Like twins was a mess. It was a hot mess. So ain't nothing easy about motherhood. You know what I mean?
oh my
Her
gosh.
oh my gosh.
Okay, I'm sorry. My phone was cutting out.
It's okay. We gonna get through this. It's almost time for our doula to come on soon.
Okay.
Um, but what is that like? You know what I'm saying? Transitioning from the house to taking her somewhere and having to pack the bag and like tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I still have fear taking her by myself. So when my son gets out of school, just because she's so little, and I'm always afraid her head's gonna go somewhere. And so my son, when he gets out from school, like yesterday, she had to get some newborn screening. I waited till he got out of school, and I have a backpack already packed. And then he sits in the back with her, and watches her and things like that until she gets a little older. But thankfully, I had friends that bought me 3 different diaper bags. So I have one for home, one for the babysitter, my neighbor who watches her, and then one for just like an extra. So all I got to do is just pick it up. So, but yeah, the first times we had to go to the store and get formula because she wasn't latching. My son had to, carry her in the car seat because I couldn't lift anything with my C-section still, So I'm telling you, I know people say, kids shouldn't be our friends. That little boy's my best friend, and I swear he has helped me. He's helped me so much because I feel like baby blues and postpartum or all the depression would have been way worse if he wasn't there, but it's just actually gotten better. Just because I pack ahead. I learned, first time when you're a mom, you forget this, but I've learned with this time, pack ahead so that way if something happens or some emergency, all I gotta do is grab a bag, and now I can lift, because my C-section's getting better. So I just lift her and I go. But
That's
thankfully,
awesome.
he knows how to walk, so he's the one who helps me open the door. I don't know how I would do it with you, girl. Oh my gosh, I don't know how kids or mothers do it with, toddlers, like a 2-year-old and a baby. Oh my gosh. So I applaud you.
It was a nightmare for a while, like a couple of years actually.
Oh,
Even as they became toddlers, it was rough. And mine again are only 10 months apart from their older siblings. So they've always been close in age. It's nice now
yeah.
that one is 9 and the twins are 8. It's amazing now
Hmm.
because they are like active and all over potty trained, and we
Oh
we
yeah.
didn't got past everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At this point, but oh my God, for at least the first couple of years, it was
Yeah.
it was really hard for me. And their sibling, also my son, he's special needs. He's older, but he's not at the mental capacity or the capacity to be of a help like what you're saying your son is. So it was always hard. It was always hard. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So Valerie, she's one of our special guests.
Hmm.
She says that she is babysitting her great nephew right now, and it does require a lot of your attention.
Yeah, Valerie. The baby's pretty much the boss.
Yep, they take over. They take
Yeah.
over. Rockstar, yes, they were triplets. You are so right. That's how I felt. I didn't feel like I had twins. I felt like I had triplets. You are so right because everything had to be done with them together. I even dressed them
Oh,
alike. I was like, I might as well dress them in the same outfits.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Might as well.
That part was fun.
Yeah.
That part was fun. So outfits, dressing her, like, do you enjoy dressing your baby and
I
putting together
do.
a
Oh my
little?
gosh. There's so much more varieties there. Like she has a bow right now. She has this little lemon, so she has on yellow pants. So it's so much fun, dressing her up. And with my son, I was like, just blue or whatever. But with her, it's nicer to dress her up and coordinate when we're dressed up alike. It's so much fun.
Sorry, guys, that was my husband. When he called, I answered. That was Daddy. Look, sorry about that. Even in the middle of the show, it's like, listen, priority is priority. Anyway, so you enjoy dressing her and putting her little outfits together, and it's just she is so adorable too. My God, she is so adorable.
I wish she would wake
And
up a little bit, but let me see. Let's see if I can. Little baby.
Oh, look at her, y'all. Look at her. I am just done. I am just done. She is a ham. She is a ham, honey.
She has a personality already. It's so funny.
My friend April says she is so cute. Oh my God. So yes. So you said that she already has a lot of personality.
She does. It's so funny. Like, I swear her and her brother already punched. Like, they'll just be punching each other and, play fighting. And she just rolls her eyes and we'll be like, "Ooh, bro, you're already rolling your eyes already." It's just so funny. She'll be feisty, which I hope she will be.
See. So, are you have you had your 6-week checkup yet? Have you had your 6-week checkup yet?
I will go next month in May, around the 20th, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And hopefully the doctor will say you can start lifting weights and all that.
That's what you're waiting on. You can't wait. Because, right, what happened was you were on your workout journey when you found out you were pregnant. Tell us a little bit about that, and then we're going to bring our doula on.
Okay. Yeah, so I lost almost close to 50 pounds, and I wasn't even eating fast food. I wasn't drinking Cokes. It was just straight. Everything was working out. Woke up at 4 a.m. Woke up, worked out, had my meal plans. And that's how I knew I was pregnant. My son was like, "Mom, we've been to McDonald's. Mom, we've been to Taco Bueno. Mom, you're sleeping during the day." And I was like, "I don't understand. I don't know where this is coming from." I even stopped eating beef for 2 years, and I was like, "I want a burger." And he was like, "Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on, but that's weird." And so I was like, "I'm just gonna take a pregnancy test. Let me just see." And girl, I told my neighbor, I was like, "What is this?" And I was like, "Please watch it when I'm going to the store." Girl, so I got the ones that said pregnant, not pregnant. And it said pregnant. And I was like, "Oh, no. And then so I was like, I'm going to be one of those active moms. I'm going to be on Facebook." Girl, I didn't do nothing but eat. I didn't do nothing but sleep. It was, it had been 8 years since I've been pregnant. And I couldn't do anything but sleep and eat. But, it is what it is.
So you went and grabbed all the different types of pregnancy tests to make sure, like, this is I know this is not what I'm seeing right here.
Yep. So I was like, well, might as well enjoy that burger while I'm at it, and I'll get after it later on.
Right, right, right. Hopefully, I would like to go ahead and get our doula on. Let's see if she can join us. We gotta let me reach out to her in the inbox
Okay.
and tell her she could go ahead and join us. We have a doula that's scheduled to come on, and she's going to talk to us about the natural aspect of giving birth and things like that, and how she helps and assists moms with that process. I'm reaching out to her right now. If we can get her on. And while we wait, what is your thoughts on adding cereal to the milk and things like that? And what age do you think you should add it? And talk to us a little bit about that.
I'm sorry about the what?
Cereal, adding cereal to her milk. Like, what age do you
Oh,
believe that you should do that? For those that are new moms
oh,
that join us.
I can't even remember. Draven was 8 months. My grandma was telling me if she was already eating chicken enchiladas. I was like, Grandma, she's just barely 3 weeks. But I can't remember if it's like I don't even want to even say, but it's like 4 or 5 months maybe. I can't even. It's
Remember.
just crazy because kids nowadays, they just grow so fast. Like I was telling my friend, Amariah's already lifting her head up, and when I do tummy time, she's already trying to push off. And I was just like, little girl, you're just 3 weeks, not even a month yet, already trying to take on the world.
Right, right, right.
So funny.
They say about that you go ahead and allow the babies to kind of let you know when like the milk is not enough. They start to kind of crave more, and they kind of tell you
Mm-hmm.
just how, like you're saying, she has her own personality. She tells you what she wants and things like that. They say the babies kind of also gauge that when it's time to add like more to the diet and schedule and add the cereal because they just are not getting enough with the milk. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how I always did it because of that. I've always done it like that.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think about that? That's I don't know. That was me. That's what I've always done. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm just ready to anxious to see how she'll be with the baby food and things like that. They always make the cutest faces with the baby foods.
Right, right, right. Exactly. I was trying to get my other guest on, letting her know that she doesn't have to download the app. You could just jump on. You could just jump on the link, grab the link and there it is. Okay, here we go. There she is.
Okay.
We want to welcome our special guest, Madam Meek, who is also a licensed doula. And we want to talk to her about the aspects of helping women to have natural childbirth and that aspect. So, Madam Meek, let me ask you something. What made you get into wanting to become a doula?
Oh wow, because I'm a woman in a large family. I have 8 children of my own and 11 grandchildren, and I'm the oldest of 10. So it's just big. I'm like everybody thought I was an expert at this mothering thing, childbirth, and so some people I knew that were doulas was like, you. I taught them a lot, even though they were doulas. I was still teaching them stuff. So they said you should just be certified. You already know everything. You should just become certified. So they talked me into it, and I took the class, and I've been certified for it. So now, you know, I'm going into they it's growing. The doulas are, so I'm going taking the next certification up in July. Um, to actually be a because I'm a postpartum doula now, and I'm gonna be an actual be able to deliver babies when I take the next course. So what I do
Wow.
now is I come into
Mhm.
I haven't done it since I've been back into my music thing. I kind of haven't been taking clients, but I go and I get hired to come in and like what she was saying, how overwhelmed she was. That's what postpartum doulas do. We hire to come in and help the mother to get some relief from everything and teach them
Okay.
how to get the babies to latch on for breastfeeding. We teach them all of that lactation for the babies. Um, how to bathe the baby and everything with the umbilical cords on, just and then we stay around like I'll go in with a parent at 7 in the morning to 7 at night is to give them relief. I'm there to get to help the baby and the mother to bond with each other because a lot of women have postpartum depression. And I come in to help them with postpartum depression and helping them with the baby and bonding with the baby and then making it more easier for the mom so she won't be so tired and stressed out and overwhelmed. Because of some of the houses I was dealing with, they had husbands and the husbands were hiring me because they were husbands that were never at homes with their because of their businesses. So I would come in and be their support system for the wife while they're doing everything. So basically, I was like the second mom for the baby,
Right, right, right.
to give the mother relief. And like some mothers with first moms, I really work with a lot of first time moms because they don't know anything, and I'm there to teach them like everything they need to know, and then give them the comfort, and let them get some rest and sleep.
I was going to ask, what are some of the pressures that new moms experience, from your aspect? What are some of the things that are issues that you help moms with? I know you brought up a few things, but
The
some
first
of the
thing is
main
bonding.
concerns. Mm-hmm.
It's bonding. Is bonding with their baby. That's the first thing. Because some new moms um are so overwhelmed with all of their hormones and their body changing and all that stuff going on, that it's hard to have that bond that you need with the baby. So when I come around, like I said, it's to give the mother some comfort. Um, the first time moms because they so overwhelmed because they don't really know the baby might throw up and the milk might be bad if they not breastfeeding or if they breastfeeding they might can't get the baby to latch on. And I teach them how to get the baby to latch on, take the milk without it hurting the breast, without it, irritating the nipples and things like that. So that's what I come in and teach them, and then stomach. You know how we get the cramps in the belly after the babies.
Oh yeah,
Breastfeeding
we
is
didn't talk about that. Mm-hmm.
yeah, and
The
so
you're on your period
breastfeeding,
basically after you have a baby. You're bleeding
but this
right
is the
away.
thing. But that's the thing about breastfeeding. It helps with that. Breastfeeding, well, a lot of women didn't know back then. They slap a bottle in your mouth, baby mouth. But breastfeeding is more than just the baby getting nutrition. It helps the mother's uterus to close up faster and like it's supposed to naturally instead of them giving you a pill to close it up and all that. Breastfeeding helps with a lot of things. Like I said, the tightening back up of the uterus and all that type of stuff. So and I come in and I massage the women's belly at the bottom. I help give. We do a lot of different things. Postpartum doulas. We're helping the mom. We put warm rags on their breast sometimes. Because what women don't know, they have to rub those breasts during the day, even if they're not giving the baby any milk. You have to start at the very top of your chest and rub
Mm-hmm.
downwards all
Mm-hmm.
around that breast. You start from the very bone and pull all the way. You rub around that entire breast like they do when they looking for breast cancer. And you rub down. And then when you go to breast, get the milk out, you take the very tip of the breast, put your finger on the nipple, and you back into your breast, push it all the way back, and then you squeeze, and the milk is like flowing. But you have to keep those breasts massaged all during the day
Right, because
because they'll
it
get rock
actually
hard when you
we were
breastfeed.
talking about that. It hardens to the point where it's like rocks almost sometimes. And
And
you
that's
gotta work.
because you're not massaging it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to start at that very tip, like at the top of your chest, by under your shoulder blade, and start rubbing all the way down, but around your whole breast all during the day. You can't unless it'll rock up like that. And then sometimes you get that one breast bigger than the other one syndrome when you're
Yeah, I've
breastfeeding.
experienced that too. Yeah, where one is larger than the other. Yeah.
And that's
Or they don't.
because you're not no, that's because you're not massaging both of those breasts and the baby's not getting an even amount of milk out of both breasts.
Yeah, that's what I used
That-
to experience and deal with. I was dealing with when I was new with the twins. I was dealing with they would seem to love one breast more than the other.
because you're not getting no milk out the other breast, you have to massage those breasts. You have to massage them both evenly. Like you can't just rub this one
Mhm.
again. You can't let the baby control the amount of milk they're getting out of each breast. You have to control that because you have to constantly during the day. If you take a warm rag and wrap it around it and rub it with it, even if you need that warm rag to help it to to get the milk down so it can flow, so the baby can lactate. Because once it starts skeeting out like that, it's gonna want birth breast. Give me that other one now. And I got this half over here. I need this half. So you have to control, excuse me, the amount of time they on each breast.
Maria, do you have any questions for our doula that might be of some help for you? Do you have any questions for her?
Um, so whenever it hurts when I have her latch
I
on me,
can't hear her.
because she's just on the nipple, and I need to get her around the whole. I forget what it's called, arola or whatever it's called.
Iliola?
I forget.
I can barely hear her.
I'll relay the question for you once she finishes.
Okay.
I'm sorry, my phone was a little staticky. I was saying whenever I breastfeed, and it seems like it's hurting a lot. Is it because she's only on the nipple part?
Okay, so let me tell you what you have to do. Like some of us have real big nipples. Like I'm a woman that has no breast. I'm an itty bitty committee.
Mm-hmm.
I'm nothing but a nipple. Now, what I learned with women with the larger breasts, you guys have to. When I was telling you, when you rub it around, starting from, like I said, start from under the shoulder blade and go all the way around, all the way from the bone, all the way up under the breast, the bone, rub all the way through. But when you go, and I told you, grab the nipple in your hand with your thumb and your pointer finger, right? You're gonna grab the whole nipple. Some of our nipples are really big. I need you to grab the exact nipple where the baby is the nipple. And I need you to take the nipple with your pointer thumb in your thumb and push it and take it and push your whole breast back. Take the nipple and push the nipple like into your chest. Like if you was pushing it to flatten your breast, like you push it all the way into your chest and you grab it. You get the baby mouth and you let some of that milk get around the rim of the lip. You know what I'm saying? And then you sometimes you have to take your thumb and open her mouth and put it in there. When she latch, you're gonna feel it with if it's comfortable or discomfortable. But you gotta make sure you get it all the way in there and let her get comfortable. And once it get comfortable, it won't hurt. But you gotta make she's not getting no milk when it's hurting.
Okay.
She's sucking so hard. If you like keep tearing it up, there's nothing coming out. So you got to. When Shanti can give you my number, and I'll do that on the house for her because you're new. You know what I'm saying, and I can video you and show you. Better. But that's all it is. You got to get that milk flowing from up top. It's coming from all around your. Like I said, if we were a man, it'll be flat. But you want to push that nipple all the way to to your rib cage or your breastbone. You get what I'm saying? That's how far you want to take it back,
Mhm.
and then start pushing and squeezing the milk out the nipple with that pointer and that thumb. Look, call me. I'm gonna give you on me a free one. Show you how to get it out. And after that, you're gonna be drowning the baby.
You say you're gonna be drowning. Well, thank you so much, Madam Meek, for your expertise and for coming on with us today and talking to us about, the different issues with feeding and giving us that knowledge, because you never know who's going to watch this show, who needs this information. And I don't know why I've never done a show about this. I was like, what in the world is wrong with you? Why haven't you addressed motherhood and, having a baby and what that whole experience is like? I've never done a show about this. I was like, my bad, y'all. Like, we're going to do more about this and, talk about different things in the future. And I'm so glad we did this show today. This is amazing. So thank you, Madam Meek, for coming on here and speaking with us. And I will
Yes,
make
yes,
sure that
yes.
you guys get, go ahead.
No, I was saying you're welcome. You're welcome. I don't mind.
I will make sure that you guys get each other's information so that you can be of some assistance to our new mom over here, Maria.
Yes, I
Okay.
would love it. I would definitely love it.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful day.
Thank
And
you
give
so
that
much.
baby a wet kiss for me.
Wow.
All right, honey. Wasn't she amazing? Aww. So Maria, is there any? Yes, give us some more. Yes, some more visual. She is so cute. She is so cute. Is there anything else? Any parting words that you would like to say to our audience?
Yeah, just give yourself grace. There's so much that I would get so frustrated on where it's like, my house is a mess, this is not right. I was always so used to doing this and this on my own. I suffer from being very prideful. I've done so much on my own. So even now when people tell me, I'll help you, it's hard for me to accept the help, but then it's also harder for me to try to do it on my own. And so I've just learned to just say thank you and accept the help. I used to think it was embarrassing for people to buy me Pampers or embarrassing to, help me with opening the door, just going to the store. And I was just like, well, I can do it on my own. And it's just give yourself grace and accept the help. And, and just to tell yourself that you're proud of yourself and that just, and take it's okay for you to be selfish, to take a nap or to do something for yourself. I mean, I can't even explain. I'm ready to go get my eyebrows done and my nails, because it's just something that I can do for myself, because the part of me was like, no, I need to get, this and that or Pampers. And I'm just like, no, do something for yourself, because if not, you'll just wear yourself out, So if anything,
Right,
it's
right,
just
right.
to give yourself grace, for yourself.
That's great advice. Take care of yourselves, mothers, in the middle of also having to take care of your babies. Always do something special for you. That's great advice. I actually like that because
Mm-hmm.
we give so much of ourselves, anyway. And it's important to kind of incorporate that self love into the mix while taking care of our babies. Give us one more visual of her, one more beautiful visual, and then give her a kiss for us. And we're going to let you go ahead and continue to tend to your baby. Um, let us see her one more time.
Yes. Let's see the baby. Hi.
So
I told you
cute.
she would get up.
It's okay.
Say hi.
She
Oh.
She hear us talking to her.
So funny. Uh-huh.
She said, I'm just gonna lay here and be beautiful, honey. But
Mm-hmm.
thank you so much,
She does that
Maria, for
well.
doing this show for us and taking time out of your busy schedule with your baby to give us your experience. We know that it's not easy.
Yeah.
And I just say blessings to you as you take care of those beautiful babies over there. And I'll be keeping you in my thoughts and prayers in the upcoming days,
Yeah.
okay?
Thank you so much.
Have a good
This
day,
was really
honey.
fun. You too.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Oh, wasn't she sweet? That was Maria, you guys. She's a new expected mom, and I am so grateful that she took time out of her busy schedule to come on here and talk to us today about the ins and outs about being a new mom, some of the ups and downs that take place day to day. We know that it's not simple, it's not easy. And we want to thank you all for your comments, your feedback, all the moms that, I didn't realize it was a cesarean society on here too. Thank you for all the cesarean moms who have been cut multiple times to bring their babies forward and um, bless us with their details and information. Sorry, guys, my phone is ringing. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in to the Queen G Live experience. Until next time, y'all. Peace.